That's crazy. Hence the title of the video, because I thought it was interesting. Hey, welcome back to Surviving in Alabama. And today I'm going to be getting ready for the coming season. Now, if you're new around here, I got a lot of new subscribers. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to actually be planting some corn. But I'm not going to be thinking corn like in the way you think. So come along, stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And here we go. Wow, that's crazy. A deer getting struck by lightning. Now, I have seen cows before. I actually saw two cows that were standing side by side. I heard the pop outside my window. It was like really loud. And the next morning, I didn't think anything about it after that, but the next morning, I went outside and two of my neighbor's cows were laying there dead right by the fence. A deer getting struck by lightning. Hey, I saw that picture online and I just thought, I was like, man, that is just crazy. So I just reposted it for y'all to see it because I just thought it was very interesting. It's just something I really never thought of a deer getting struck by lightning. Now, if you have been around here for a while, you're probably thinking, well, that Kawasaki mule sure is quiet. Well, I bought a golf cart, and I know that's probably not optimal for all the things that you do, but I'm going to be fixing this one up. I'm going to be camo wrapping it, putting mud tires on it, and probably a truck bed on the back. It is a plain Jane cart. Nothing fancy about it, but I'm gonna fix it up. It does have a windshield, which was a good selling point to me. But we're gonna be working on this along. Y'all keep a watch on upcoming videos on the upgrades on this golf cart. I'm gonna be working on making it real nice. I'm gonna put a lift kit on it. That's coming real soon, maybe in the next week or so. And this is a new project that I gotta work on. And the seats are this cream colored right here, kind of creamish tan looking, you know, typical golf cart colors. I'm gonna see if I can find some camouflage seat covers or maybe even camouflage fabric. All this is a piece of plywood behind foam and the fabric. So I think it would be real easy just to recover. I've recovered other stuff. Not necessarily a golf cart seat, but to me, it seems simple. So we may do that or either just buy a fitted golf cart cover. That is some kind of camouflage. I don't know exactly what that is. And so I'll be working on that. So you may be asking yourself, why did you go, which I still have my mule, by the way. I think I'm gonna sell it, not sure. Any of y'all interested in a 2013 Kawasaki mule? Hey, we can talk, leave a comment. However, why did I go from such a great side-by-side down to a golf cart? Well, this is the reason why. I can talk to you while I'm rolling. I couldn't really do that because, as y'all know, that side-by-sides for the most part are just kind of loud. And this golf cart, I could actually ease down the road and probably sneak up on a deer. If they're standing in the field, if they're in where you're gonna be hunting, you could ease down if you were on a dirt road or something or a trail. Now, granted, this is not gonna be out there climbing rocks like a side-by-side will. But you could ease down the road real quiet, and like if you were going into a place that you were going to hunt, and instead of spooking them a half a mile away, you could just kind of ease up there and get yourself a lot closer than you could if you were driving a side-by-side. So that's really why I'm going to be swapping over to a golf cart. And to be honest, I have had hearing problems in the past, and loud noises just get to me. I had some ear damage when I was in the military, and I just cannot stand loud noises anymore. So this golf cart's going to be a welcome addition to the place. and in future videos, because I sourced a place to buy these golf carts wholesale where they're leased turn-ins. So I may be selling a few here and there, and I'm gonna take y'all along. All right, I'm down here in my spot, or one of my spots. I'm down here in my spot, and I'm gonna do something that is not normal. And I learned this from watching other people's videos, and I had the idea. I was like, okay, he says that you want to section off where your bucks come out. And I'm parked in a power line right here, and I'm going to be hunting over this power line. And so the power line is very long. So what I want to do is put sections and divide it off into sections. And I'm just going to do 2 sections and divide it off so the bucks feel more comfortable about walking out into that open, because, you know, generally they like a lot of cover. Wide open spaces, they don't generally like it as much, except for maybe in the rut or at night. The rut, man, they'll do anything. I've seen them do all kinds of craziness. So I'm going to put and how I'm going to divide it off is I'm going to plant some corn. So what I got is I got some seed here. This is Trucker's Favorite corn. Trucker's Favorite, when it grows up, if it matures, because it might get cold on us, but if it matures in time, we'll be able to eat it, or the deer can eat it. That's fine if they want to eat it. If it gets to be a problem and it's too tall and it's in my way, I can't see good, hey, I can just knock a few corn stalks down. Not a big deal. It's not like this is going to grow up and that's going to be a permanent structure. Well, this is a temporary structure that we're just going to grow just for them. So here we go. We're going to put this corn, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little tractor I got, and I'm going to scratch up a spot, soften up the dirt a little bit. Okay, here's the power line, and if you can see right there is a shooting house right there. Now I do have to trim that limb off, but what I'm gonna do is down at the bottom right there, I'm gonna mark up a little spot and plant a little bit of corn, and then here close, see here's a neighbor's fence right here. I'm right on the edge. I got some mullein plants right there. I don't want to mow them over, so I'm just leaving them. And I am going to plant this whole thing up in Greenfield, but I want to section it off with corn. So right here by the front of the tractor, I'm going to mar this spot up, and we're going to make this corn. Now, I think it would have been fine if I'd have just took a handful of that corn and just thrown it out in this spot and disc it down. I think that would have been totally fine. But I got this instead. This is what I use in my garden. And I'll turn it around here and show you. This right here is a push planter, and I use this in my garden every year. It works absolutely superb for small gardens or medium-sized gardens. It works excellent. So I have a 30-30 spot that I plant up for peas and a 30-30 spot that I plant up for corn. Now I'm just gonna put some corn seed in this, and I'm gonna make rows. I don't even know how many rows I'm gonna make. I'm just gonna do it till I think it's good enough, and I'll take y'all along. I think any old kind of corn would have worked. I was just thinking that this is just what I had on hand. Okay, that's one little spot planted. It only took me just a few minutes, like literally 3 or 4 minutes, and it's done. So as that grows up, if it gets too tall, I can just cut it off. All we're doing is making a barrier. I don't even care if it makes corn. If it does, great. If it don't, fine. Does, fine. Don't matter. But what I don't want to do is inhibit my view. But I do want it to be, say, 3 feet tall. Good enough to where the deer, when they're walking by it, they feel comfortable, but yet I can still see them. That is the main thing. Okay, now I'm over at the other spot, and we're going to do a quick planting on it. It looks like it might actually rain today. I don't know. I hadn't actually seen the weather, but it's clouding up, and it sprinkled for just a second. So if it rains this in, that's even more better. If any of it washes away, it doesn't really matter. This is not my garden. This is just for the deer. As you can see, I got rocks. Lots and lots. Look how big this rock is. Lots and lots of rocks on this property. Hopefully my chickens won't come through the woods. They have been known to come down here. Hopefully they're not going to come down here and scratch up the seed. Although I do know when I spread the seed for the whole field, I'm going to plant it up in wheat and rape and turnips and clover and all the things that deer like. I already know they're going to be on it, but that's okay. I just got to put enough down to grow, and for the chickens too. And the birds, you know, doves, they'll be all over it. Okay, that's how much I had left. I used probably a little bit more than half of it. Got 2 probably 20 foot long by probably 12 or 15 wide spots. Here we go. This is what it looks like. I did drive the mule over here. Let's see, that's my spot. And that plowed up spot down there, that's my spot. So if you'll look behind me right here, see I got a bucket of water in the woods. I put out a little corn and some deer attractant up in there on that log right there. And I also have, there's a rub right here from last year. So this right here is a deer trail. They will walk right up this. I got deer on this, I got deer on camera. There's a camera right over here. I got deer walking this trail every night and every morning. For as long as I've had that camera there, probably 10 days or less. But from day one, they have been walking this trail. So what they do is they come out here and then they go down the edge of this power line back into the woods. So the idea of the corn being out here as a barrier, that gives them a wall or a sense of security as they're walking by the corn. If it gets at least chest high, that's good enough. So they'll feel secure as they're walking by, even though through those corn stalks, you ought to be able to still see them. So I really appreciate y'all watching. And the clickbait video thumbnail that I made for this video, or I'm gonna make for this video, that is just something weird and interesting that I thought that people would like to see. And I really appreciate y'all watching to the end. And we're actually talking about something serious, and that is putting barriers up for the deer and to make them feel secure so you can have more bucks in the smaller spots that you're hunting. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. God bless.